Good afternoon, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here. Wanted to give a weather update on what we're watching tonight and later this week. We have a lot to talk about in our forecast, and it's no secret it is cold outside. We are seeing below average temperatures today, and you can expect more of the same tomorrow. It was very cold this morning, especially with that wind, but because of the wind, funny enough, even though it made it feel colder, it actually prevented many of us from dropping into the upper 20s, and we had some cloud cover that developed late last night that acted to keep our temperatures fairly steady. Now, we were still a little bit below freezing, but good news was we didn't quite make our way into the 20s. However, we have another chance of seeing those upper 20s late tonight. And as of right now this afternoon, it is chilly outside. Let's take a look at some of those current temperatures and the current wind chill in South Mississippi. We have temperatures right now mainly in the mid 40s, some upper 40s here or there, but despite all that sunshine, we just haven't managed to warm up very much. We still have some of that Arctic air in place. And when you factor in that breeze out of the north, we are seeing the wind chill in the low 40s. Once we get past the sunset, temperatures are going to be dropping a good bit once again, and we are keeping a little bit of that breeze overnight tonight. By tomorrow morning, just before the sunrise, we'll see temperatures in the upper 20s. Right around 8, 9 o'clock, we'll start to climb up above freezing, but tonight we do have another cold weather advisory in effect. That goes for all of South Mississippi late tonight into early Wednesday morning. If you have to be out and about for an extended period of time, highly recommend bundling up. Keep your fingers warm, wear gloves, mittens, hats. That's a good idea to keep your ears warm. Again, we are just not very acclimated to this type of cold weather, but tonight it's going to be another cold one. And we also need to protect people, pets, plants, and pipes. Even though temperatures may only drop into the upper 20s, I wouldn't take any chances with your pipes. So if you have any exposed pipes that maybe you didn't wrap up yesterday, I would do that tonight and keep some of those faucets dripping as well, especially any faucets that you know that are connected to pipes that are close to the exterior of your home. Also a good idea to open up your bathroom cabinets, your kitchen cabinets to help to keep some of those pipes a little bit warmer. Pets, make sure they have a way to stay warm tonight. If you're able to bring them inside, I highly recommend that. We are expecting several hours with temperatures below freezing. And of course, people need to be protected as well. If you have any elderly neighbors or friends you need to check up on, make sure that they have a way to stay warm overnight tonight. And for a list of some of those cold weather shelters, you can go to WLOX.com. And not only do we expect more of this cold air tonight, we're going to be seeing another round of freezing temperatures tomorrow night. It seems like the cold weather is going to be sticking around for quite some time. I don't have any big warm up in the forecast anytime soon. And it's not just us, a big portion of the country feeling the chill in the air today. There is a big area of high pressure across the middle part of the country. Anytime that we are on the east side of high pressure, we get that northerly wind, and some of this air has made its way from the Arctic Circle, believe it or not. Now, clearly, we're not as cold as what it is farther to the north, but even along the Gulf Coast, we're seeing the 40s into Houston, southeast Louisiana, even along the Florida Panhandle, we're in the 40s and the 50s. Not nearly as cold, though, as what they're seeing up into the northern plains. 10 right now in Bismarck, 19 in Minneapolis. So it could be worse, but again, for our standards in South Mississippi, it is downright cold, and the wind is not helping us out in terms of how it makes it feel. It's still going to be feeling more like the upper teens and low 20s tonight with a little bit of that breeze in place. Now, if we keep the sky mostly clear tonight, we will have a better chance of seeing temperatures drop into the 20s. By midnight, many of us are going to be at or a little bit below freezing. Again, right around the sunrise tomorrow, we are aiming for low temperatures in the upper 20s. So just emphasizing people, pets, plants, pipes need to be protected again overnight tonight. Some good news tomorrow. If you're not a fan of the cold weather, it is going to be a little bit warmer than what we've had today. We have a better chance of reaching the low 50s along the coast tomorrow, but that's still roughly about 10 degrees below average for daytime highs. And then as we get past the sunset Wednesday night, Temperatures are going to be tumbling again, and by Thursday morning, we will be in the mid to upper 20s. The wind is not expected to be quite as strong by Thursday morning. Hopefully the wind chill not going to be as low, but nevertheless, temperatures still expected to reach the 20s. So it is going to be downright cold once again. That being said, by Friday and Saturday, our morning lows are not going to be as low. It's still going to be very chilly though. We're forecasting low temperatures Friday and Saturday morning, not too far off from freezing, more so in the mid to upper 30s, but at least pipes are not going to be much of a concern by the end of the week. However, our next storm system is going to be bringing some wintry weather to parts of Texas, Arkansas, and North Mississippi. Heads up, if you have to be traveling or maybe flying into Dallas late Wednesday night or also Thursday and Friday, they still could be seeing some snow, some wintry mess around there. Also looking into Arkansas, North Mississippi, they could be seeing a few inches of snow with a little bit of ice mixed in. So heads up if you have to be traveling north or northwest over the next few days. Check in with the forecast up there because they could be dealing with some wintry weather. And a winter storm watch has been issued for parts of Texas, including the Dallas area, up throughout Arkansas, Memphis, and North Mississippi. And I wouldn't be surprised if that winter storm watch gets extended farther east over the next day or so into parts of Alabama. So what we're going to be watching by the middle to end of the week is an area of low pressure starting to develop along the Gulf Coast. I'm going to be showing you a few model runs over the next couple of days. So this area of low pressure likely going to be hugging the Gulf Coast. For us at this time, it looks like it's going to be just a little bit too warm for us to get any of that snow or ice here in South Mississippi. Looks like that wintry weather is going to stay well to our north, but that is going to cause some issues for travelers. So this is the Euro model. It does show that area of low pressure hugging the Gulf Coast Thursday into Friday, bringing with it widespread rainfall. The GFS model, the American model, also in pretty good agreement. The trend is our friend. That's what we like to say. And anytime we have model agreement, that gives us a better confidence in our forecast. So the American model also showing this area of low pressure hugging the Gulf Coast, also showing some of that snowfall into parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, and into Friday. Could see some of that snowfall into North Mississippi and North Alabama. For us, still showing widespread showers, maybe even some heavier downpours at times on Friday. And to wrap up the work week, it looks like it is going to be pretty soggy. Now, temperatures on Friday really going to depend on where the warm front with this system is going to be setting up. For now, though, we are very confident that we're going to be seeing rain in some form or fashion very late Thursday and into Friday morning. I went ahead and bumped up our rain chances to 80%. I wouldn't be surprised if we bump up those rain chances all the way to 100%, the more confident that we get in our forecast. So this is going to be our in-house model that I'm showing you a little bit of a closer view of what we could be seeing by the middle to end of the week. So this is stopped right around midday on Thursday. Thursday is going to be chilly. As that area of low pressure gets closer to us, we expect to see more cloud cover throughout the day, and we may also see a few showers sneak in later that night. But this system is expected to get closer to us by Friday. Widespread showers are expected starting on Friday morning. And I did place the warm front here just to our south. Our in-house model is showing us temperatures mainly in the 40s throughout the day on Friday. This particular model is keeping the warmer air just offshore. If the warm air stays offshore, that would also mean our severe weather threat is going to stay offshore. Now, other forecast models have shown that warm front lifting just a little bit farther to the north, keeping us more so in the 50s. That's going to be the trickier part of the forecast, it seems like, Thursday and into Friday in terms of our temperatures. Still expecting temperatures no matter what to be above freezing at this point, but there's going to be a difference between models in terms of are we staying in the 30s and 40s, or are we going to be able to make our way into the 50s and 60s? The jury's still out on that one. Again, it all depends on where exactly the warm front with this area of low pressure will be setting up. So in-house model, keeping the warmer air offshore. If that's the case, we are looking at a very cold or very chilly rain with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. However, if the warm front does move onshore, we could be seeing the 50s and 60s, and that would increase our severe weather threat a little bit more. Some of that rain will continue into Friday afternoon, but it does look like most of the rain is going to be out of the way just in time for the weekend, but still looking pretty chilly heading into the weekend. For the most part, I'm looking at about 1 to 3 inches of rain once it's all said and done by the end of Friday. There is a chance that we could be seeing some heavy downpours. That could lead to some localized flooding. If your yard is already saturated from previous rainfall, you may have a slightly higher risk of seeing some flooding on Friday. Generally speaking, the overall risk is low, but if you get some of those quick heavy downpours, that could lead to localized flooding by the end of the week. Now, with this area of low pressure moving really close to South Mississippi, we're going to notice winds picking up quite a bit by the end of Thursday and into Friday. If this low pressure system stays just offshore, we're more so going to see a wind out of the north and east. However, if this area of low pressure moves a little bit farther inland, along with that warm front, that would lead to more of an east to southeast wind. In that scenario, we would be dealing with more coastal flooding. This particular model, though, is showing more so of a northeast wind. No matter what the wind direction is going to be, it is going to be very breezy or windy. Thursday night and into Friday, we could see some gusts near 30 to 35 miles per hour. But the wind direction is going to be key in terms of how much coastal flooding we're going to see. So just a heads up, especially in southern Hancock County, and if you live along those east-facing shores, coastal flooding is going to be possible on Friday, depending on the wind direction. Severe weather threat, that's also going to be dependent on where the warm front sets up. If the warm front remains offshore, well, severe weather is not going to be much of an issue. If we do see a little bit more of that warm air move just onshore, we could have the potential for some strong thunderstorms. Regardless, though, widespread rainfall, some heavy downpours, looking pretty likely by the end of Thursday and into Friday. So that's why I did increase our rain chances by Friday. Before we get to that, though, still going to be very chilly. Pipe bursting freeze is not out of the question tonight and also Wednesday night. That's why we have continued to put those alert days in place for that cold, cold air. A chilly rain expected on Friday. Temperatures on Friday a little bit tricky at this point. Again, it really depends on where that warm front is going to be setting up. We're more confident, though, that by Saturday and Sunday, the rain is going to be out of the way. Still going to be chilly this weekend. High temperatures in the upper 40s, low to mid 50s by Sunday, and still chilly at night. But there are some signs showing that maybe by early next week, we'll see temperatures a little closer to average, with morning lows closer to 40 and afternoon highs closer to 60 at that point. But at this point, it looks like the cold air really going to be sticking around for quite some time. So tonight, another night where you really want to bundle up if you have to be out and about. The wind is going to make it feel even colder. Again, temperatures tomorrow morning maybe dropping into the upper 20s. People, pets, plants, and pipes need to be protected tonight. And we are looking at a very soggy end to the week with widespread rain on Friday. Hopefully you can join us for our 4 o'clock newscast coming up this afternoon. I'm being told it may be pushed back a little bit, but we will be going on roughly right around 4:15 or so for our 4 o'clock newscast. And of course, we will be here at 5 o'clock as well with the latest forecast and throughout the rest of the evening. So for now, I am going to be signing off. Hopefully you can stay warm tonight and brace yourself for more rain by the end of the week.